Welcome to today's webcast. Today we're going to talk about avoiding suboptimal decisions with Exalytics. Before we proceed with today's webcast, I'd like to talk a little bit about Ascentt. Ascentt has been enabling enterprise intelligence for several years now. Our practice consists of enterprise performance management, business intelligence, data integration, Oracle's Endeca information discovery, Oracle Exalytics, and big data appliances. We have a strong alliance with Oracle. We're a platinum level partner. We're specialized in foundation applications and Golden Gate, and I believe some others as well since this slide was created. We're also specialized in industry verticals. Ascentt also has an offshore component as well. Offshore is primarily to support our onshore projects, but they do on occasion engage in full service projects with Asia Pacific customers and European customers. We like to remain focused on innovation. With that, we were engaged in marketing analytics before it was productized by Oracle several years ago. Also built our own social analytics application. And for information discovery on Endeca, we have built a warranty analytics with one of our customers. We've also been chosen by Oracle to be on an Oracle BI applications leadership board to work closely with Oracle executives to define product roadmaps and go-to-market strategies across the globe. What is Ascentt's Exalytics service offering? Well, Ascentt can help you with a quick start pack or proof of concept, designed to accelerate technology adoption, reduce migration and deployment risks, and ensure optimized system performance. We can provide you and support you in an Exalytics POC. You can take our hardware with your data in our data center, or you can take our hardware with your data in your data center. The choice is yours. If you plan to purchase Exalytics yourself, we can help you quick start that process through planning, installation and configuration, and migration. This is a great slide for your executive leadership or your business stakeholders. What we're trying to show here is the value that Exalytics can bring and the capabilities that Exalytics brings to each of these areas that are going to help support that value. Obviously, as an organization, you're going to have to quantify what you think that value is in terms of revenue, margins, and reducing risks, but all of those opportunities exist. With this use case today, it's about avoiding suboptimal decisions, and I'm just going to touch on a couple of areas. So number one is faster decision making. You're going to be able to load your data faster, do write-backs faster, and perform faster calculations. Whether that means that you close your financial period earlier or you plan out more scenarios there, just better decision making all around. And it also goes into improved productivity as well. So again, faster use of historical or predictive analytics, that predictive analytics being your planning processes. But at the same time, what is interesting about Exalytics is it's going to allow for more users to get involved in this planning process, which essentially could reduce risks. So here are the 5 generic use cases for Exalytics: performance, changing requirements, total cost of ownership, speed of thought, and information discovery. And you'll find that these 5 generic use cases are involved in any business use case you may see out there for Exalytics. Let's look at performance. The computational power, the in-memory processing, it's just plain faster than any commodity hardware out there. And we have the benchmarks to prove that in our increasing productivity with Exalytics webcast. Changing requirements, this is a great one. This is really the adaptive data mart capabilities of the Oracle BI Foundation Suite on top of Exalytics. 2 things it can allow you to do. It can shorten your development timelines when putting something new in place, effectively building your aggregation strategy for you, or it allows you to quickly adapt your aggregation strategy rather than paying somebody a substantial amount of money to do that on an ongoing basis for you. Lowering your total cost of ownership. Companies aren't buying on this alone, but we have seen that companies have it as part of their return on investment, that using Exalytics as opposed to their commodity hardware can pay back in 5 years based on the different support costs. Obviously, again, other considerations are being taken in when making that decision about purchasing Exalytics. So, for example, lowering your total cost of ownership alongside performance may provide a really good return on investment. Speed of thought is really the ability to see the information change in front of you without having to press the go button. Reports are sub-second rather than taking 1 minute. You're able to visualize data, ask more questions, visualize data, all at the speed of thought. And finally, as you know, Endeca Information Discovery is certified to be on top of Exalytics. And again, we see more data and more users involved in that. And we have some benchmarks around that as well. So what does that add up to? It all goes to supporting your decisions in your organization, improving processes overall, empowering people with those processes, and empowering your users. Through Oracle Business Intelligence Foundation, Hyperion Planning and Forecasting, and Endeca Information Discovery, and all of those are certified for Exalytics. So let's move on to the next use case. This is avoiding suboptimal decisions. I think this is one of the strongest use cases out there. It works in BI and it works in information discovery, but where we see it truly working very well is in enterprise performance management, especially in Hyperion planning or Hyperion financials. As a company goes into its close process at the end of every month, we all know that that can take several days and finance really becomes off limit and we can't engage with them. Well, what if I told you that with Exalytics, you can start to write back and calculate many times faster with Hyperion on top of Exalytics? And what does that mean? It means you can close faster, or you can take the same amount of time, but you can plan for lots of different positions. And this is really the essence of the use case we're going to look at now. The state government would like to avoid suboptimal budgeting decisions when revenues are decreasing by having the ability to rapidly analyse and recalculate multiple positions. What's happening here is that, and I guess this could have happened over the last few years, but a state government thinks that it's going to bring in, it's going to forecast so many revenues, but the reality is that revenues are a lot less. Therefore, they can't maintain their budget and they're going to have to make cuts somewhere. Now, remember, number one, they want to have a balanced budget, and number two, they have to make cuts into the right areas. There are certain services that just cannot go away. So what is the change here? By implementing Hyperion on Exalytics, it's allowed the financial analysts to double the number of positions they have been able to recalculate in the budgeting period. The value, the state government, and this is very critical to the state government, are able to provide a balanced budget in spite of declining revenues, something that, as a citizen, they owe me. And secondly, the service levels are maintained for critical state agencies. So continuing with suboptimal decisions, let's take a look at the drivers that are causing suboptimal decisions. Slow query time, slow write-back and calculations, slow financial closing. With Exalytics, you can truly speed up these processes. Again, 16 times faster with business intelligence, 5 times faster write-back and calculations with Hyperion. Endeca, more data, more users. Business problem here. The EPM planning workload is drawn out. Effectively, finance closes down for this period. Your close process is cutting into other business activities. And the amount of planning cycles you can complete is limited. So the less cycles, the more suboptimal decisions are going to occur. The business solution in this case is that analysts have taken advantage of faster performance and response times. The BI Foundation Suite optimized for S-based query and reporting. Write back and calculations are 5 times faster, and Exalytics Hyperion Planning is certified for Exalytics. I'm just going to put this slide up. It's kind of self-explanatory, but it talks about how your S-based cube is ported through Exalytics using that in memory that's optimized for S-based, and how that can be pushed through to the Oracle Business Intelligence Foundation Suite and the S-based integration portion of that, and also to Hyperion Planning. Things to take note of: you can cluster your Exalytics for scalability and availability, as we've talked about, faster online queue builds, faster recomputation, and faster forecasting updates. So where are those performance improvements coming from? This is a great statement that was made by one of my customers and supported their purchase of Exalytics. Essentially, in their proof of concept, they obviously went through Oracle BI and Endeca Information Discovery, but they also had the opportunity to take their existing Essbase Cube and put it onto the Exalytics hardware. And the results are amazing. You can see that originally it was taking 30 minutes to load the Essbase Cube, and that's been reduced to 30 seconds. Now, I will admit this is not an apples to apples comparison, but the consensus of the client was that Exalytics would still outperform any commodity hardware that was sized the same as Exalytics, purely because the solution has been engineered for performance. One final slide for today. Let's just look at some other examples of business use cases for Exalytics out there. With the Oracle BI Foundation Suite, to date we've talked about increased analyst productivity, mobile user adoption, and giving the executive visibility to business intelligence enterprise performance management. On Hyperion, we see faster financial closes, being able to expand your planning, forecasting user base, which in turn increases transparency and accountability in your organization. Finally, with Endeca Information Discovery on Exalytics, the ability to acquire and analyze unstructured content, listen to the voice of the customer, and improve your product or service quality.